Okay, we are back today. We are working on our RC receiver transmitter for the ESP-NOW. So basically just doing some testing. If you guys were watching last week, what happened was one of the power leads from the gyroscope module came off. And what that does is it draws power through the actual SDA and SDL lines. So that ended up frying the ESP32 module, the Supermini. So ordered a pack of them. Luckily, they're not expensive at all. And then when we got it all hooked up, we learned that the INA 219 module is also fried. So I got that swapped out just now. And yeah, we're just hanging out working on the coding today. Just doing some testing here for this RC system. Because we had it on the full size ESP32, and we're just basically like downsizing it and getting it ready for the next vehicle here. I'm just looking at the pinout right now, and looks like I gotta move away from pin 2. I don't think that's gonna work on this board. Looks like we should definitely swap that out. Yeah, GPIO pin 2. This is strapping pin, boot mode, avoid for general use. So definitely clean things up if we fix that. Yeah, I just want to test and make sure everything's stable. Yeah, so we're drawing 69 milliamps right now. Our battery's at 8.1 volts. Our distance sensor is working. Our temperature humidity sensor is working. And our gyroscope's working. I'm using accelerometer data now instead of the gyroscope. Just kind of testing that out. And we added the current meter to here just so we can see what's going on while we're driving. So I think we're gonna add some sort of smoothing filter for left and right. I set the limit just now to 40 and 140 so that the left and right steering. But I might go a little bit more. I think we can get away with it. Using this new 20 amp ESC seems to work better than the super cheap like $4 one. So it's working pretty good. It's like 200 milliamps. I don't know if you guys can see that. We got emergency stop here if we need it to. Yeah, so we added mixing mode too. So if you guys end up using this code for like a tank style thing with 2 ESCs, you just swap that over, and it basically just enables mixing mode between channels 1 and 2. I was testing the range earlier, and I like went to the other side of my house, and it does work. It just updates a little slower. So yeah, it'll be interesting once we get this on a real vehicle to see how it works. If it ends up being too sketchy with the Supermini, I'm just gonna go with the full size ESP32. So that's good news. It's all working there. So these are the breakout boards. These are the Superminis. I'm actually going to charge a battery with this one, so I'm going to get it going. Yeah, the 5 volts is down there, so you want to go this way. We're going to add a bunch more servos to this for when we add a camera, so ideally what we're going to do is add this module here. So we can put this on the I2C bus with the other modules, and we can free up 4 servo pins on the Supermini. So this thing is big, but as big as it is, I think this will help us expand. If we want to do a robot arm, we want to do, you can do LEDs with this. So I've already got the code for the transmitter side worked out, so just working on the receiver code. So let's see what other pins we need to change. So we're using SDA and SCL is 2 and 3. And we definitely want to move away from that. So once we free up our servo pins, which are 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we might actually try moving it to 1. What does it say about 1? Yeah, so we need to add some sort of smoothing filter on this steering, so the servo is less kind of jumpy. It's called an Expo filter. But yeah, so basically once we get that coded later today, we'll have 4 free GPIO pins, and those will be used for these encoders. They require 2 pins per motor, so yeah, that should give us enough to add encoders to this project. So this battery bank's causing some issues, but yeah, so basically maybe right here we have a little bit of room. We can put our encoder data, so we can actually calculate the speed, RPMs, and direction from the encoders. So we're definitely gonna add that to the screen, even if we got to make this a little smaller. Still trying to fix the flickering, but every time I do, it just ends up being like not as reliable. It's just like full screen redrawing. And one thing that we did add back was the connection status. So as soon as the Supermini goes down, this will say connection lost, and it will just keep trying to connect. So that's a function that we lost with version 6 that we've restored in version 7. And yeah, it's just a nice feature to have, especially if we want to control some heavier robots with this, we'll know what's going on. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty much ready to go. We just need to filter it a bit. So these are 500 RPM. These are 300. So let's get our data lines back on. There's our ESC back. think I'm gonna order more of these 300 RPMs. Because these guys got some torque and still speed. Here's 6 of these bad boys going. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust that. You want to be able to turn left and right while we're stopped. It's almost there. With the 300 RPMs, it's better. So like 190 is when they kick in. Like 96. We gotta make a nice slow crawl mode, so maybe we'll have some sort of a throttle adjustment here. But yeah, having that current meter there is awesome now. Made up this cable so I can JST adapter here so I can use these batteries. Got even smaller ones, so I think it'll be a good idea to separate the power supply. Because if we wanted to, we do have 5 volts available right here from the battery eliminator circuit. On the ESC. What's that? Like right here. That red wire there. I could get 5 volts off that easy. But yeah, I feel like it would be better to have a separate supply. Or if anything, I might tie that in with a custom USB cable, and then this battery will be like a battery backup. So if it dies, then we still have like connectivity. So yeah, these Superminis are sweet. It was like $30 Canadian for 4 of them, so not bad. So you just need the MAC address of the Supermini, and you need the MAC address of your CYD, so that these two modules talk to each other over ESP-NOW, it's called. It's like a wireless protocol, similar to Wi-Fi, but it's just kind of simpler, faster. And yeah, it's fun to play around with. So we're also working on this little guy. Got this for a couple dollars at a thrift store. So I was working on the lights. I added some DuPont connectors right on there. Just leave that running for a test. This can come off now. I knew that was gonna happen. So yeah, that was a good test for our RC transmitter receiver combo. It's working pretty good. Smooth out a few things. We're gonna change a couple GPIO pins just to get the best results here. And yeah, we're gonna add NeoPixel LEDs because we're gonna have a couple free GPIOs. And yeah, we're gonna be able to add 16 servos now, up to 16. So, and yeah, power distribution will be just easier. We're gonna tie in this FPV 5-volt converter here. So this is taking 7 volts from the battery and it's just converting it down to 5 volts, and it's got 3 amp capacity, so that's good for running a bunch of servos. A lot of times you're just dealing with 1 amp, and when I found them like running like robot arms and shit like that, it definitely, 1 amp is just not enough when you've got a bunch of bigger servos and stuff. So I'm gonna try 3 amps, and if we need to, we'll do an even bigger dedicated supply for the servos. Just kind of leave this running here. Just make sure it all stays on. I can probably get that in frame.